I was telling this story that explains all these historic mysteries when my account blew up. The feedback I got was to get on with it. So I've decided. The first thing I immediately notice is there's pigment on the megalith side. It appears to be some oranges and whites. There's a clear carving of a snake that seems to match one of the previously identified items of mine. As you go through, there almost looks like there's some kind of face. Kind of brushed it off in the beginning, but upon thinking about it, it's like, well, you got this kind of alien thing going on the other side of that face. So why aren't these, also part of that? I also see the hexagram. And the big takeaway, I think, from all this is that straight line that runs through the whole thing. To me, that suggests that the hillside or the stone on that side of the megalith happens to be intentionally laid. Noticing that that space seems to be triangular, as if the megalith has fallen against the hillside, it's assumed that we could dig down into that space and remove that material, and we should be able to find more carvings that are protected. So now we have a situation where we know the ancient Taze River Valley was disrupted by some type of event. We have this megalith that appears to be fallen against the hillside. We also have another megalith knocked off its base. This suggests something catastrophic happened. But that line running through there is suggesting that what is underneath these hills might actually be structures. How could we test that? Well, fortunate for us, we have an excavation a couple towns over that we're going to go check out. The first thing I noticed is that there's a clear separation between the layers. When I walked over to it, I clearly noticed images, honestly. It didn't make sense, but I still feel like they're images. And I go hiking around this hill, looking for any other evidence that they've dug up, and I find a giant dirt ball, and I go digging through it, and it turns out some of these artifacts happen to be kind of decomposing, almost like they were organic material at one point, or like a paper mache. This turns into the trust me bro point, but I pulled out some things out of these heads, and one of the things that I pulled out is what appears to be a bone. There was a bunch of pieces of wood that were heavily saturated. Some of those happened to match my artifacts also. So now I've got these pieces of wood that I believe are connected to this culture. That means carbon dating potentially. I also noticed that the first two images that I'd seen had been removed. The workers had only cut away maybe 6 more inches of material, and it was gone. This suggests to me that it's more of a type of top coat or an exterior design. What's more interesting is more images popped up as they kind of removed other materials. But as I look at this, I can clearly see what appears to be a shark face. Naturally, what do? I go bust out the map and see what it looks like, and then what do you know? It's a shark. All that was fascinating, but it was what I stumbled on next that had me on a flight to the Mediterranean. And what I found there challenges everything we've been taught.